Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our continuing tour of Britain. Nice to see you all here today. Do a quick round of welcomes to everybody. Chumi, good to have you here. Pilot Pat, Dark Fury, Kevin, Nick's here. Christian popped in. Should be kicking around in a minute. Looks like we got 5 or 6 people joining us on the flight tonight, which is absolutely fantastic. And Oki just popped in. Oki, how you doing? Good to see you. So today we're flying up the western side of Scotland. We're going to continue our trip. We're currently at Broadford on the Isle of Skye, which is part of the Inner Hebrides. And we're going to head to the Outer Hebrides. We're heading north up to the Isle of Lewis and Harris to Stornoway. So we're going to overfly Skye, then we're going to head out over the water up to Lewis, and then we'll be landing there. Flight time, roughly an hour. So I've rolled the time back, so it's 5:30 p.m. local time. That'll get us some nice sunlight and hopefully some night light effects with the clouds. I've also turned the weather over to the scattered clouds preset, mainly because when I loaded in live weather, it was raining. So these are sightseeing flights. We want it to look good. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, you're having problems? Okay. We'll see you when you get here. And number 10 Ox, good to see you. How are you doing today? All right, let's jump in the airplane, get her fired up. Winds are, well, for me, they're out of the west because of the preset, so I'll be taking off in a westerly direction. Not sure what the winds are if anyone's on live weather. Let's hop on board. There we go. You can see everybody's kicking around us here. A bunch of different aircraft. So we'll get up and go on. First of all, we can get rid of this. So we'll turn the master and battery on. Kill that warning. That is good. And we're going to go to full mixture, quarter throttle. Check down here. Fuel selector and fuel tanks are good. Throw the beacon on. Throw the fuel pump on for a second.
TOS system test. Okay.
Alright. Fuel pump off. We'll throw the nav lights on as well. And we will engine start. Hey Wayne, good to see you. Sorry you couldn't make it today. I know that's rather frustrating. Turn on the avionics. We'll get the other side up and we'll start setting up our panel here. So we'll go into that. We'll bring up that. PFD, we will go option 3 on the winds, which is the one I always like. It has the arrow in the direction. We'll go back. And transponder, VFR, and altitude. So we're all set up there. So today we're going to be flying at about 2,500 feet. So we will get that dialed in. And that should be more than enough altitude for where we want to be today. And of course, being on a preset, our weather is set at 29er, 9er2, or 1013 if you're on the other side. And you got it working. Okay, great. It's good to hear. So, let's move out. We'll make a hard left and we'll taxi out and we'll backtrack down. So we'll release the parking brake. And we give her a little bit of power. Or not. Okay. there we go. Okay, in this case we'll taxi forward. For some reason I was stuck there. Just ignore the other planes that are around us right now. Put on a taxi light. We're going to be leaving the ramp in a minute. And we will put in 1 notch of flaps for our takeoff. There we go. This ground seems rather sticky here. Not sure what's going on with that. Looks like Wayne's doing our announcing duties for today. There we go. We're rolling a little bit more freely now. If you remember when we came in here 2 weeks ago now, Dark Fury set a bad precedent in flying under the bridge that's kind of just out in front of us. So it was interesting seeing everyone turn around and then go fly under the bridge, which is pretty cool because it is an add-on bridge, part of the upgrade, so it did work being able to fly under it. Get turned around. I'll just pull up so everyone's got some room. Comes the last two. There we go. So we'll just quickly pop outside, see who we got here. Alright, there's Oki. And Mr. Gizmo. Or Mick Gizmo, not Mr. Yeah, no left mouse. Left mouse? That's what you use to click and activate things. Are you sure, Wayne, left mouse? Or not right mouse? Oh, there's everybody popping in. And there's Dark Fury. Oh, that's a new one. We're gonna... That's, yeah, that's Nick in his British Airways flying club livery. I'm flying my Fly UK flying club livery. And it looks like we have DA 22 or Cirrus 22, a couple 172s, a couple Cherokees, a Spinnaky, and Wayne, I'm gonna let you come up with a name for this thing. Is it a I don't know, a King Spitfire? Yeah, King Spit Dark, yeah. So, oh, look at that. He's flying the new, I think that's the Flight Sim Xbox livery that they came out with. Oh, that looks great. Alright. Well, we're going to hop on and let's get out of here. It's going to be interesting to see how that flies, Dark. Alright, here we go. Oh no, Dark, I know you're in a spit. It's just not showing it as a spit for some reason. Alright, full power. Wayne, have you heard back from Flying Iron about all this model mismatching stuff? It's 55 knots, 60 knots, and we're up. Keep runway heading. 300 feet. We're going to begin our turn. There's 400 feet. Flaps coming up. There goes Mighty Mackerel and his spittle key. Alright. We're going to go autopilot on. Go vertical speed. No, vertical speed up.
Don't sink.
Yeah. There we go. And we will go into nav mode. We should be climbing up to 2,500 feet now. There we go. Finally clicked in. We're just doing a circle to climb for climbing altitude here. Oh, Christian, see, you rushed it. Shouldn't have gone out for that smoke. I'm circling out here so you'll be able to catch up to us. Alrighty, so we're arcing back around here. So we got a speed bird over there. And it's going to put us on track. We're going to head out over the bay here and follow the river and then cross the island inland. And off we go. It's some beautiful lighting down here. So we've got the sun poking through the clouds. So I have increased my terrain and objects to an LOD of 4. So we'll see how that looks for this flight. And pretty good so far. So everybody is circled around. And off we go. These are all individual islands here in the Inner Hebrides. Skye being the big one that you see off to the left. Nice and barren. They should be covered in, I guess, heather and gorse and all kinds of scrub and stuff out here. So we're going to keep heading up this way, and then we're going to cut across. We should be, we're getting pretty close to 2,400, 2,500 feet. We're starting to level off. We'll come back on the power now to about 2,450 or so. So I've had to delay the start of the caravan series, which was supposed to start on Friday. It's going to start now a week from now. Something's come up where I'm not going to be available. But yeah, it'll be a new series starting. We'll be flying caravans on Fridays, and it's going to start in Tasmania, so that'll be an interesting one as we tour around and see what's going on with that. It's looking very nice. Of course, we've got the ever-present Spidakey escort and the rest of the crew flying along. Looks like Christian's catching up as well, so nice group joining us tonight. Thank you all for coming out for the flight. So we're coming up to, way off in the distance here, kind of straight ahead, is the little town of Portree, and that's where we're going to make landfall again. And you can pretty much see where we're going. We're just going to cut right across this section here, and that'll take us out over the ocean here as we head up to the Outer Hebrides and the outer set of islands. Looking very good. Just going to figure out the names of these islands as we go over them. So that little island we went by was called Skye. It's that one right there. Skye Island. This one here is Rasse, the Isle of Rasse. A couple of smaller islands in the Inner Hebrides, and this one is the big one, the Isle of Skye. Very rugged. There's a bunch of little villages and stuff on it, a few larger towns. Pilot Pat, you don't see any of us? Ah, thanks, Wayne. Yeah, they took a little bit of work to get it set up. Are you... like Darky's only got one engine going there. Pat, are you... we're on the Northern European server. Are you on the Northern European server? Yeah, that does look rather weird. Got the King Spit and the Spidakey, and what do we got? A Cessna Key out there as well. Yeah, I mean, just look at those views. Here's Portree coming up. Yeah, I know this is a bit of a tourist destination. I'm not sure what else they have out there. But look at that cloud cover out towards the mainland. It's really cool looking. We're heading northwest, Pat, so if you can see us head to the northwest. That's the direction we're going. Or if you can't see us, but maybe it will come into sight. Alright. I'm just gonna pull the mixture back a little bit, get the engine running a little bit better. There we go. Cut back on the fuel flow a little bit. Oh, you got us now? Excellent. So I think it was only about a 60-mile end-to-end, or a direct pro-fly route. But it's going to be a little bit longer the way we're going, although not by much. Couple little villages out this way. A couple more up the coast here, but we're gonna kind of head right out over the water. See, some of the airplanes have disappeared. I can't see any lights from Nick. Yeah. As long as we can roughly see each other and play follow the leader, we should be pretty good. Skye's Bridge is the name of this area down here, cutting across this waterway. A couple wind turbines off in the distance. In very rugged terrain here, mainly due to the fact that this is unbroken Atlantic winds that are coming ashore here in a lot of cases, so it kind of scours the ground a bit. You can see now there's the big channel here. And then there's the outer Hebrides that we're flying towards now. Oh, that's not good, Okie. It's not good at all. So as you guys can see, I darkened up the coloring on the overhead info bar. Hopefully the contrast between the white numbers and the background is a little bit easier to read. I may change the coloring of the departure and arrival airports now. It's not standing out as well as it did. Perhaps I'll make it yellow. No, I'm still here, Chumi. I'm plugging along on my course. I can see you. There you are. I'm kind of at your 1 or 2 o'clock. I've got everybody else here behind me. we doing speed-wise? 108. Okay, I'm not going too fast for you guys. I'll bring the speed back a little bit more to 2400. There we go. I'm sure I'll pop in again at some point. Oh, looks like we're into a bit of a shadow here. With the sun being behind the clouds here. Alright, so from here we're heading out over to the water. It's going to be fairly quiet. Nice flyby by Mighty Mackerel there. So I'm going to be landing on runway 24. It's a 3,000 foot runway up at Stornoway. Yeah, that's another one of these bugs with the sim, Chumi. I'm not sure what's causing it, but hopefully they fix it. So runway 24 will be our landing runway, 3,200 feet. Should be good. We're going to do a little bit of sightseeing on the island as we go in, though. We won't be heading direct into it. Well, everybody seems to be kind of far back, and I can only see one or two sets of lights back there. So I'm not sure exactly what's going on there. We're going to make landfall somewhere out here, and then we're going to head into the little inlet waterways and work our way around to Stornoway. So we got a little bit of a flight across the water here. So, for the Spitfire flyers, if you come over to the Discord, and let me just throw that up. We're going to have to plan another Spitfire flight soon, now that Nick's got one as well. We can get another flight up. I know Eastbirds was working on a flight in around Switzerland and in the Alps. But maybe while we're waiting for that one to get set up, we could do one maybe down around the Dover area and over the English Channel. But we can discuss that over in the Discord. And it was good doing that because we could have the live chat going and we could all speak to each other. Yeah, no problem, Nick, after the lessons. Yeah, that and the DC-6. We'll get her done. Nice cloud formations. Love the lighting on the water. Yeah, Christian, that would be fun. That's many years ago I used to do that. I was on an online World War II flying sim, and it was all live people, up to 150 people at a time, and we had full squadrons fighting and stuff. It was really, really cool. Though it was fun doing the run through the mock loop the other week. That was pretty neat, doing that low level flying and in around the valleys. Yeah, you think Dark's flying a Spitfire tanker? Well, I don't see his name anymore. You can see how the islands are separated. This strait here. I wonder if it's got a name. Let's see. No, it's just part of the Atlantic, but really getting out to the far off waters here as we approach Lewis and Harris, and then to the south we've got some more islands. But these ones are really the guarding islands against the Atlantic Ocean. So it looks like we're going ashore. Just to the right of the Isle of Skye, which I believe is that island right there. And we're going to go up this waterway. So Wayne, you're seeing more of an issue up at airliner altitudes? Or when we were flying the DC-6s? That was, what, 12,000 feet? It's interesting. Really nice reflections. I don't have the water textures turned up too high. They're only on medium, which is why it's a little bit weird, but that looks pretty cool. See that cloud line reflected in the water. There's Chumi right behind me. Pretty much pick up everybody back there now. So we're doing good. You got, I think that's Christian down there. And here comes Kevin doing a pass. Or coming into formation, not sure what he's doing. Oh, under 200 feet? Oh yeah, well, that is low. It's actually neat on the island here. There's a road that goes across. There's a little village where the actual name of the village is The Village. It's pretty cool. Just for everyone's information, airport elevation at Stornoway is 26 feet. So it'll be 1,000-foot, 1,000-foot pattern. So we're going to cruise up here. We're going to cut back across some of the flatter ground, back out over the water, and then up towards the airport. Oh, you found that, Okie? Which airplane were you flying? I haven't noticed anything with the trims. Myself, anyway. Low fuel in left tank. In the Diamond, don't you have to, it only draws off of one tank, right? So you have to switch tanks. And it's partly a weight and balance thing, because on a small airplane that will affect the weight and balance. Really, 172. I didn't notice any trim issues with my one. Weird. I wonder if that's because of your whatever joysticks you're using. I don't know. Oh, it looks like Mackerel's prop's not spinning. Oh, it does that on my. I don't know. I haven't flown that airplane in the sim yet. I don't think. Oh, now he's got his prop going. Alright, we're making landfall again. There's the little island of the village. The bridge that connects that island. That's the island of Skye. Now we're heading up. Oh, weird terrain glitch, but we're heading up this channel here. And we're going to follow it around. Come out the other side. Once we get up this section and make that turn into the flatter ground, we're going to drop down to 1,500 feet. And it should be good. And there's not much up here, but rock and water. Although, if you do want to get some traditional Scottish clothing, you could always get a nice Harris tweed. This is where it's made, on the Isle of Harris here. Imagine living on these little villages here on the ends of the rock. Would be quite something. Well, the big thing, Chummy, is do you have enough to get to the airport? I think that's kind of the crucial one. we go. Starting to ease ourselves around a little bit. And then once we get up to this little island, we're gonna head following the river up and then out onto the flatter plain here. Dial in 1,500 feet. I'm just gonna let her slowly come down. Actually, Christian, to be honest, I think Highlander was further north. We're only on the Hebridean Islands. I think where he is from is up further in north on the mainland. So I'm not sure if we're gonna pass by that area or not. We'll see. A little bit of wind there. It's coming over the hills. That's what I get for holding on the Windows key for too long. Stornoway is on the coast up in this direction here. We're going to fly kind of on an angle out to the coast and then up along it. Now we got pilot Pat. Now it's saying you're in a J172, but it was showing you as a Piper Cherokee, which is kind of weird. See, the other guys is Cessna 172s, but that must be because of the J is from the mod, I'm assuming, but it's not showing you that way, which is a little frustrating. Look at that landscape. CJ4, I saw him as a King Air. The model matching is broken. So we're heading out to the coast. We're going to come up to, well, right around here is the little town of Crowmore. Yeah, no, all the aircraft had to be updated after this last one. And if you're, it's interesting. I read the Aerosoft article about them canceling the live traffic thing that they were starting to work on, and like when they redid it, they encrypted a bunch of data streams and stuff within the sim, and they basically, the way they locked up the data, they locked up some of the stuff that they were using for that project, which like killed it right there. They couldn't access it anymore. I don't understand what they're doing and why they're doing that type of thing. I mean, it's all part of third-party development. So we should be down to, there's 2,000. We're slowly going down. So once we hit the edge here, we're gonna make the turn, head up, and then the airport is somewhere up around this little peninsula that juts out. That's where we're headed. It's looking very, very alien out here. Very weird. Never been out this way. It's on my list next time I go to Scotland. Looks like we still got everybody. Although here comes dark. I can't. Yeah, it looks like it switched them over to a jet from what I see here. Yep, Dark Fury's now flying in a jet. Well, I hope Asobo's getting hammered hard by a lot of companies, and with when you get companies like Asobo actually coming out in press releases saying, hey, they broke it and we can't do what we were planning to do anymore, like the stuff we were developing, that doesn't look good on them. Oh, see our shadows down there. See Dark Fury's jet shadow. There he is. Alrighty. So we're getting closer. And they do got to fix the way the waves work as well. I mean, you don't have waves going both directions in islands like this. It'll be coming in from the outside, and maybe, you'd have shadows on the inside where you wouldn't have waves. Small details. And you can see dark right there. Very strange. Alright, well, I think I can see the airport. I think that's it right there. You got all these wind farms, wind turbines, and then the airport. Oh, I'm sure it'd be a great place to go fishing, Christian. I mean, that's what most of these villages do. So we're gonna go about 300 foot per minute down angle. Want to make Wayne feel better? We'll go 3 degrees down bubble. I think that's how they say it for you Navy types. So we're going to keep going out to the. We're going to keep going out to the east. Yeah, you can see the airport there. And I said we're going to take runway 24. So it should be coming across this way. So that's the big runway. That's the 7,000 footer, which I'm not going to use. Yeah, the Spit is a busy place. That is very true. So we're gonna head out over this island here. Well, I don't know if it's actually an island, but we're gonna, because it is connected. We're gonna come across, make the turn, and then come in. We're gonna be landing on runway 24. Yeah, and the maps they treat it as a connected part of the town, or the landmass, the island, so you'd think it would have its own name, but it doesn't. There's a perfect row of windmills. Or wind turbines, I guess is the proper name. There's the airport. The other runway should be coming across this way. There's two. There's one that points upwards at about a 29-30 degrees, and then there's the other one which points downwards at 24. We're going to take the 24. And we're almost on a perfect downwind. See, there's that runway. I'm hoping it's modeled. We'll see. You lose connection on the YouTube chat? Really? Alright. So we're going to turn to our base. There we go. Kill the autopilot. Mixture full. Landing lights are on. Power coming back. There you can see the lights there. I'll start my turn. .1500 RPM is good. Now we'll just hand fly it in from here. There's the runway. Bit low, so we'll add some power and drag it a little bit. There we go, one white, one red. So these are the VASI lights. They're just 2 lights, not 4 like we're used to. Alright, so first notch of flaps. Speed coming down. Second notch of flaps. And again, we want it trimmed for about 65. High, so we'll pull the power.
500.
Start querying his CJ4. I don't know how it changed to mid-flight. Come back in on the power. like Dark's coming in a little low. You hear the jet engines underneath me. And back to idle. I'm gonna float because I'm too fast. That's fine. And we're down. Exit the runway here to the left. I think we'll just gather for the group photo. There we go. Parking brake, flaps are up, cut the engine, everything is off. Alrighty, let's see what we've got going here. I don't know why that silly thing keeps coming on. I shut it off earlier. Go away. Well, thank you everyone for flying. Much appreciated. Here comes Nick in his pink Cessna. We'll see when that switches back over to the British Airways one. Although I can see the British Airways tail. Now I believe in one of the things that I think Nick and Dark both posted, but I think Dark did, was there was a texture or something missing that they're gonna fix. And it looks everybody arrived that took off. It's pretty good. Well, at least Dark has the same livery, if not the same aircraft. Yeah, really, eh, Wayne? We need a sheep mod for up here. There we go, Nick's back to normal. Waiting for one more to come in. We'll grab the photo, and that will wrap it up for today's flight. Huge trees, eh? Well, that was apparently the thing that killed the ground resolution stuff, was they redid how the trees work. And that ended up kind of screwing everything up. Which is why everyone had to reset their LODs and everything. Where's the last one? Oh, you're over there? Okay, well, let's do this shot this way. Alright, got the screenshot. Thank you very much for flying. Our next stream is on Sunday. It will be the continuation of the Ford's flight. That's in the Airbus. So we'll see how that all works out. Maybe we'll have a hot fix for the weather. If not, I'll be using Rex, which I've updated and set up. And we'll see you then. So enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy your day. We will see you all on the next one. Bye for now.